Good morning and welcome back to Keto Living with Dale and Judith. Today's video is all about this week's keto food prep from my Keto Anti-Inflammatory diet. These are going to be foods that I eat. And we're going to start with our keto coconut milk yogurt. It's all ready. You want your jars, your rings, and your lids, whatever container you're going to store it in, to be very clean. And I like to use new lids if possible, because this yogurt's going to stay in the fridge for weeks. I make my yogurt with full-fat coconut milk, and I use the simple version because there's no added gar gum. But the classic version is fine too. And while the coconut milk, after I've heated it, I do add gelatin, 2 tablespoons, because the coconut milk will not get thick. If you notice, only that top layer was thick. The bottom is still watery. And once the coconut milk is cooled off, I add 12 capsules of probiotics. Then I set it at 114, and I like to ferment it 24 hours. But I haven't yet added the liquid stevia or the chia seeds. I'm going to wait on those, but this will thicken up in the fridge. This is about 40 half-cup servings. It's going to last me almost 6 weeks. I eat half a cup every day. One of my goals of my anti-inflammatory diet is to have fermented foods. Probiotics are great for the inflammation, and it's delicious. I've already mixed up this week's yogurt with the liquid stevia and the chia seeds. So these jars will be for next week. Dale hasn't been eating yogurt recently. He hasn't been in the mood, and after his liver transplant, he will not be allowed to eat home fermented foods. So I'm going to start buying him some Keto Ratio Trio yogurt from the store. Now it's time to prep more morning breakfast coffee. It's one of my reasons for waking up in the morning. Seriously, I love my coffee. But for me, being on keto, making it high fat is important. And I use half a cup of coconut milk, full fat coconut milk, with half a teaspoon of liquid stevia in my coffee. And I keep it in the fridge. My goal is to be fully stocked before Dale's liver transplant next month. I want 3 months worth of food ready to go in the freezer. That means I need to get busy making myself more broth. And I bought some chicken legs. 3 family packs, about 5 pounds each pack. We'll see how many will fit in this gigantic stock pot. I use 2 packs. So that's about 10 pounds of chicken legs. This stock pot, I'm not sure the size. I need to check. I probably bought it on Amazon. Let me check on that. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer. And I'm going to simmer it all day. I can't find where I bought it, but I think this is probably a 20-quart pot. Now let's put the rest of the chicken in the freezer. This made 13 4-cup packages of broth. These aren't the best containers to store them in, but it's what I had. So this is going to last me for a while. I just found 3 more. So that's 16 4-cup containers. So I think that's 64 cups of broth. As I mentioned before, my goal is to have 3 months worth of my food stocked in the freezer before Dell's liver transplant surgery. I don't want to worry about shopping, what to buy, what I'm going to eat. I want it ready to go. And you're wondering, well, aren't friends willing to bring food? Of course, they want to set up a meal train, but that's not going to work for us. It would be so complicated to explain how we eat. And I don't need that added pressure. I don't need to get food that we can't have that tempts us. It's better for me to be prepared. So I'm going to go ahead and make more 4-ounce ground pork patties. I want more in the freezer for after Dell's surgery. Chicken thighs are my go-to food, and I want 3 months worth in the freezer from when we get back home from Dell's surgery while he's recovering. And I've already bought them all, and they're in the freezer. And I'm going to be packaging up a few every week. So I have 4 family packs set out, about 5 pounds each. That should be about 20 meals for me. I'm going to go ahead and package them with the skin and bone, and later if I want boneless, I'll just cut out the bone and set it aside to make broth and just cook a boneless chicken thigh. So let's get to bagging. It's just simple. We're just going to freeze them, and I've got more in the freezer to work on portioning another day. Sometimes I cook my vegetables just in the chicken fat. I'll put the chicken on the griddle and just lay the vegetables beside it, and the fat that cooks off the chicken cooks the vegetables. Sometimes I eat my vegetables that have already been roasted from the freezer, but sometimes I want to cook fresh vegetables or frozen with some oil. And I like to have pre-measured coconut oil squares and ghee. So I'm going to make 2 tablespoon portions of both. And if I want a tablespoon, I'll just cut those in half. And that's my simple keto meal prep for this week. Hope it helps you a little bit. I eat very simply. Meat and vegetables, oil, salt, pepper, sometimes spices, coconut milk, coffee, and yogurt with chia seeds and berries. Basically, a whole food approach to keto. Here, Dale, he's busy in the other room. Thank you for visiting Keto Living with Dale and Judith. See you later. Bye-bye.